Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. The ping of a message shattered the silence in my study. I wasn't expecting anyone from work that late, it was past midnight, but the notification came from our company group chat. I opened it absently, sipping cold coffee, my eyes tired from the day's reports. That's when I saw it. A heart emoji. Sent by my wife. To Daniel. At first, it didn't even register. She was part of the company chat because she managed PR for us. Casual emojis weren't unusual. But then another message appeared. One that wasn't meant for the group. I miss you already. Same place tomorrow. The cursor blinked like a heartbeat at the end of her message. The group fell silent for a moment before Daniel replied privately. Or so he thought. Wouldn't miss it. Beautiful. The room spun. My chest constricted as if invisible hands had wrapped around my ribs. Within seconds, the message was deleted. Then another appeared. Oops. Wrong chal. Laughing emojis followed, awkward, forced ones from co-workers trying to smooth the tension. I sat motionless, reading the words again and again. Same place tomorrow. I knew that phrase. It wasn't innocent. It was routine. That night, I didn't confront her. Instead, I closed my laptop, turned off the light, and lay awake beside her in bed, listening to her soft breathing. My mind replayed everything, the late-night strategy calls, the sudden need for client dinners, the way her perfume lingered on her clothes long after she came home. I told myself it was a misunderstanding. That I was overreacting. That maybe beautiful was just a joke. But deep down, something inside me had already cracked. The next morning, I woke before dawn. She was in the shower, humming softly. Her phone buzzed on the nightstand. I stared at it for a long time before picking it up. There it was again, a message from Daniel. Can't wait to see you. Wear that blue dress, it drives me crazy. My fingers went numb. The message was marked delivered, not read. She hadn't seen it yet. I placed the phone back exactly as it was, heart hammering, then walked to the kitchen like a ghost. When she came down, hair damp, eyes glowing, she kissed my cheek and smiled. You're up early, she said. Yeah. Couldn't sleep. Work stress again. Something like that. She poured herself coffee, scrolling her phone. I watched her eyes flicker, her smile fade, her thumb freeze mid-swipe. Oh, that idiot Daniel just sent a message to the wrong person again, she said, forcing a laugh. He's so careless. I smiled back, pretending to buy it. Yeah, seems like it. But the way her hand trembled as she lifted her cup told me everything. For a week, I collected evidence in silence. I screenshot deleted messages before they vanished. I tracked her calendar. Once, when she said she was meeting a client at the Ivy, I called the restaurant. No reservation under her name, or Daniel's. That evening, she came home late, cheeks flushed, hair tousled like she'd been running. Traffic, she said. But her perfume was different, richer, muskier. Not the one she usually wore. That night, I stared at the ceiling while she slept beside me. I wondered when love turns into theater. When routine affection becomes camouflage for lies. 2 weeks later, I told her I wanted to take her out, somewhere nice, just us. She seemed relieved. Maybe even guilty. That sounds wonderful, she said. We went to a rooftop restaurant. Candlelight. Music. The kind of night we hadn't shared in years. For a while, I let myself believe we were okay again. That the messages meant nothing. That maybe she was lonely, maybe she'd made a mistake, but she still loved me. Then, as she excused herself to take a work call, I followed her quietly to the terrace. Her voice was low, intimate. No, I can't talk now. He's right here. I'll tell him soon, I promise. Just, not tonight. My knees went weak. She turned around mid-call and froze when she saw me. The silence between us stretched until it felt like the world itself had stopped breathing. Who was that? I asked. Her lips parted, searching for words. Just a client. Daniel. Her eyes widened. The smallest flicker of guilt, so brief most people would miss it, but I saw it. I nodded slowly, the pieces locking into place. You said you'd tell me soon. Tell me what? Tears filled her eyes. Please, let's not do this here. Then where? I said, voice cracking. Where do we talk about the fact that you're sleeping with someone I pay to work for me? The waiter came out, eyes darting between us, unsure whether to interrupt. She brushed past me and left without another word. She didn't come home that night. I didn't chase her. I poured myself a drink and sat in the dark, staring at our wedding photo on the wall. 15 years of shared memories suddenly felt counterfeit. Every smile, every touch, revised by betrayal. By morning, I had already called my lawyer. When she finally showed up 2 days later, her eyes were swollen, her voice trembling. Please, can we talk? About what? Damage control. No. About us. There is no us, I said. She broke down then, sobbing, shaking, saying it just happened, that she felt neglected, that Daniel listened. I listened too, but her words only made the wound deeper. Because beneath every excuse was the truth she couldn't say out loud. She chose him. I was going to end it, she whispered. I swear. I smiled bitterly. You just didn't know how. The divorce papers were drafted within a week. Sitting in my lawyer's office, I saw her name printed beside mine for the last time. My signature trembled as I signed. When I looked up, she was there in the waiting area, eyes rimmed red. I never wanted to lose you, she said softly. You didn't lose me, I replied. You threw me away. For a moment, it looked like she might reach for my hand, but instead, she turned and left. Months later, Daniel resigned. Word spread that he'd been caught sending inappropriate messages to multiple employees. It didn't make me feel vindicated, only hollow. Sometimes, late at night, I still open that group chat. The old messages are gone, the thread quiet. But every time my phone pings, a part of me still flinches, remembering the night it all began. Not with a fight. Not with a confession. But with a single heart emoji. And that was all it took to end everything.